Okay, just a couple more strategies to see the ratio spreads and ratio backspreads, and then we will conclude with some more notes about implied volatility and what you can make of volatility skews. This will happen in the next and final lesson. So far, let's focus on ratios, ratio spreads and ratio backspreads. Okay, what is the idea? The idea is in combining options in order to create vertical spreads, we combine some number of short-sold options and the same number of long options. What if we offset the number of options short-sold and purchased? We create ratio spreads. Let's see an example and let's comment it. Let's create a new strategy. Let's take some real data and let's see if we can make a good example. I don't know, I will shoot in the dark, hoping to catch something. Okay, let's take Apple, because on Apple there's a situation that is interesting to see in this field. Okay, the idea is I want to have a gain if the underlying remains stable or increases, and at the same time I want to have the chance to keep some profit even if I am wrong, but not too much. Okay, let me repeat this. I am not bearish. I think the underlying will remain stable or increase. So I could basically short sell a put, just to say. But if I short sell a put and the underlying goes down, my loss will be proportional to how much I was wrong about my expectation. Can I do something slightly different in order to keep a little advantage if I am wrong but not too much? This is the idea. Let's try and see. What if we start, pay attention, purchasing a put at the money and short selling two puts with the lower strike price? Let's see what it means. We purchase a put 270 for 705. We short sell two puts to 265 for 595 each. Let's do it. Stocks USA put long 270 for, I cannot remember the prices, 705 1, and we short sell two puts, strike 265 for 495 each. What happens? Here we go. This is the payoff. If I am wrong and the price will remain stable or increase, I will have a profit at most equal to $285. What if I am wrong? I will lose for sure, because I have, let's see the components. We have one short put, 265, balanced by one long put. So the long put 270 plus the short put 265 is a bear put spread. I think the underlying will go down, otherwise I wouldn't purchase the put 270. But since I know that the price could drop, yes, but most of the time not too much. If I am wrong, purchasing a put with nothing else, I will risk to lose $705. I could decide to reduce the maximum maximum potential loss, short selling another put with the lower strike price, collecting $495. This would lead to a reduced maximum potential loss if I am wrong and the price goes up instead of going down. At the same time, I will have put a cap to my maximum potential profits, because the gain on the long 270 will be perfectly balanced from the loss by the loss of the short sold 265. So I will gain at most up to a prefixed money amount. So we have, once again, we have a bear put vertical spread, one long 270, one short 265, plus a naked short 265, because this is 2 and this is 1. So what happens is that at maturity, the payoff of the left side of the chart goes down proportionally to the descent in the price of the underlying. But if I was wrong, but not too much in the beginning, what I will achieve at maturity is that I will have the chance to gain even more than what I can expect to gain if I am right about my hypothesis, but only in a limited area of the price of the underlying. Okay, this is the idea of the ratio spread. Let me check if I can enlarge the payoff, because it's interesting to see all of it. So let me do it this way. Okay, let's take 4 times the price range instead of 2 times the price range. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, we have a put short 265 for 495, it's 2, and a put long 270 for, what was that, 705, 705, and it's 1. Close the strategy. Well, a bit better. Yeah, it's a bit better. Okay, we can better see what happens on the left side of the chart. So this is the idea. I think that the price will not drop below 270, and either it remains stable or it increases. I will have a gain at most equal to $285. If I am very wrong, I will have a loss proportional to the drop in the price, as it would happen with the short put, with the naked short put. But with the ratio spread, what I can keep is a little advantage if I am wrong, but not too much. If the price does not remain stable or increase, but reduces just a bit, I will have the chance of gaining even more than what I expect to gain if my analysis is correct. This is a ratio put spread. One could say, okay, but this happens at maturity. What happens within 1 day or 2 or within 1 week? What happens is that the at now curve goes down because it has to converge to the at maturity curve. So what happens is that if you're wrong in the very beginning, this at now curve will go down very fastly and very sharply. So if you're right at maturity, you will have a little higher gain. If you are wrong today or tomorrow or within a few days, your loss will be significant and even higher than that of the naked short put. So you have to be very careful about it. So you could say, what about inverting this payoff and taking the chance to gain a lot if we are very wrong in our expectation, and especially if we are wrong in the very beginning of the maturity, but trying to keep an advantage to the right side. That is what we expect from the behavior of the underlying. We expect that the price will remain stable or it will increase. We are not expecting that it will decrease. But what we want to do is hedge ourselves from the risk to make a huge mistake in the very beginning of the strategy. So what could we make? Here we have to invert the strategy, and in order to maintain a profit on the upside of the strategy, we need to change the distance between the short sold and the purchased strike prices and to change the ratio of the spread. Let's try and do something like this. Let's create a new strategy, made of one long put, no, we have to invert it, one short put, 270. Okay, let's take two short puts, 270 for 705 each, and let's go see which strike price allows us to purchase 6 puts paying $7 in total. Let's go see. The put 240, more or less, okay? We purchase, yes, because we are purchasing 6. So 6 times 126 is 740, 750, more or less, okay? Let's purchase 6 puts 240. Put long 240 for 126 each, 6. Close the strategy. Here we go. This is a put ratio backspread. We short sell 2 puts and we hedge these 2 puts, purchasing 6 puts with a lower strike price. What we pay for the 6 parachutes is more or less what we collect from one of the 2 short sold. So we keep the naked other one, okay, the short sold other one, more or less $700, 654 in this case. So what happens is that if we are right about our expectation and the price of the underlying at maturity is around the strike or higher than that, we will gain $654. If it goes down to 240, we will have a significant loss, minus 5,346. But what if the price drops significantly for any reason? We will have a significant gain. But pay attention, this is not what we expect. If we expect this, we should purchase a put. That's it, finished. Here, what we expect, our analysis tells us that the price will remain stable or will go up. So why should we take into consideration the idea to do this? Because the at now curve today is something like this. It's a parabolic curve going very sharply up the more the price of the underlying drops. So what happens is that if we create a strategy today and we are very wrong within a few days, what we will accomplish will be to get a higher profit than expected, being very wrong in our expectations. Let me repeat it, is because this is very peculiar. This is what we expect, okay, at maturity. But what if we are wrong today? Not at the maturity. Maybe at the maturity the price is here, but today it drops here for any reason. A bad earning communication comes into play, or any other bad news comes into play. So what? The at now curve has to be something like this, even today already, and has to get closer and closer and closer and closer to the payoff at maturity day after day after day after day, okay? So within the next few days, what we will see is the at now curve remain more or less equal to the one in the very first moment, okay? And the at now curve in the very first moment is a parabolic curve going up to the left side like this. So what happens is that if today we create the strategy and in the very few next days something bad happens and the price drops significantly, we will have a net now curve ranging up, going up, and it will mean we will have a gain even higher than the one expected the day of the maturity. So Is it better to do ratio back spreads than purchasing long puts? Is it better to do a ratio back spread than a ratio spread? There is no general rule. It all depends on the peculiar situations. In terms of what? In terms of implied volatility. Because in the moment that you short sell two puts, you short sell two puts like this, and you purchase 6 puts for hedging of the two short ones, the lower is the premium of the options you purchase, the higher will be the gain on the short sold. So what can you state? That when the volatility skew is quite plain, meaning that even the lower strike prices have not significantly higher implied volatilities than the upper ones, then it could be the perfect moment to create a ratio put back spread, because you would pay much less for the parachutes and you would keep most of the profit with the short options. So in that situation, a ratio put back spread could be good. In other situations, maybe a ratio put normal spread could be good. Maybe in other situations, a calendar spread could be good, or a diagonal spread could be good. So how could we use the information about volatility in order to create strategies that suit the most the current market situation? Let's go back to the presentation and see it.